Say her name, say their names. Say her name, say their names. Brianna Taylor. Welcome to the Stina Show. Tonight's guest is Sandra Miska, who's a writer and an actress from LA. Thank you everyone for joining. Hope everyone had a great week. And yeah, just wait for Sandra to come on. Thank you. Today's Thursday. Sandra, hi. Welcome. Let's bring in here. Welcome. Let's see. Okay, so I think you just have to request to come in. You tap the request. Hi. So yeah, when you log on, it says tap request to join. And then... let's see. Hello, welcome. Okay, so let's see if this is working. Hi, Mom. Hi. Hi, welcome. Sandra, can you tap request to join? Yes! I found ya. Yeah. Hello. Okay. Do this. Thank you. Thank you for the heart faces. Thank you.
Hey,
Oh,
oh,
how are you, Sandra?
good. How are you doing, Christina?
Good. It's been so long. I love your makeup.
Oh, thank you.
I haven't seen you in a while, obviously for many reasons, but
Hmm.
you're in LA still?
Yeah, I'm in LA. I been here most of the pandemic. Well, I guess half the time I was back in Michigan, helping out family, like for from June to October, and then I was back in LA for a few months, and then Christmas and all of January I was gone, and yeah, been back since end of January.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah.
you're still getting around, but safely as possible, I guess, right?
Yeah. It's like too bad. Like most, yeah, they enforce, mask wearing, and most flights aren't very packed, so it hasn't been too bad.
Oh, good. Yeah, I haven't been, I want to, but I haven't been on one yet in a while.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Mhm.
So you and I met, I don't remember what set it was, do you?
Was
It was a
it
while ago.
like that cooking show? Was that the first thing we worked on? Did we work on that food fight?
Was that the first time?
Maybe, and I know we worked like
Maybe.
Rizzoli and Isle.
Yes, I remember. Yeah. We did work on the studio a lot. I remember like bonding at some point on a studio a lot. But yeah, Food Fight Club, yes.
Mindy project. I know we worked on together.
Mindy, we worked on a lot of stuff. Yeah. That was
Yeah.
cool. That was a while ago. It's too long. I have to
Yeah.
see you in person.
How
But
long
then
ago?
we celebrated.
What was that?
You were
Well, how long ago was it that you moved?
5 years ago.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Crazy. But I saw you right
Yeah,
before I left, I think.
yeah. When you've been back.
I visited, yeah. And do you ever come to New York or what? Hey.
I want to. I have a few friends there. I want to, one of these days. Maybe after things are safer, I'll come out there.
Yes, we would love to have you.
Yeah, it'd be great.
So I like to start by asking my guests, when you were little Sandra, did you know you wanted to be a writer and or performer?
Yeah, I guess I took ballet. I wasn't very good at it. There was like a poster on the wall of like this ballerina who's dressed like a princess, and I said, that's why I want to be a ballerina princess. And
Oh,
so,
how cute.
yeah, when I was real little, I wanted to be an actor, but I was shy. I remember telling mom, like I'd hear on TV, like, oh, what's her face from Full House? Like, wanted to audition. So her parents took her on auditions and she became a star. And I'm like, that sounds good. And I tried to get my mom to do that, but she didn't want to move or anything. And she told me, like, you were just so shy as a little girl. I don't even know how that would work. You wouldn't audition. But but yeah, and then I eventually, I like movies, and I eventually decided I wanted to write films. I found out that those people are called screenwriters. So yeah, it's been my main goal ever since.
Did you go to school for that?
Yes, I got my undergrad at Michigan State. It's English with a concentration in film studies. So I took
Nice.
some screenwriting classes, and then my master's degree from Boston University is in like film screenwriting concentration.
And then so you went, oh, you got a bachelor's, you said?
Bachelor's and then a master's, yeah.
Nice. Oh, master's too?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Well, screenwriting is a lot of work, right?
Yes. Yeah, people will spend years on the same screenplay going through rewrites and rewrites. I kind of like the idea of now writing for TV because it's just more faster paced and there's always a deadline, so you don't get lost, lose time working on like one precious screenplay. Like I like the faster pace.
Oh, so you've been writing a lot these days?
More and more. Like for a while, I wasn't as much when I've been in LA since 2011, and there was like a few years where I wasn't because I was just so focused on working and just paying my bills and getting by. But yeah, last few years, I've gotten back to it. Just rewriting my old stuff, and then I worked on a new screenplay with a friend of mine who's also named Sandra, who's an actress. And we entered it in some contests. Like last year at the Screencraft comedy competition, we came in the quarterfinals.
Cool.
And then just trying to work on new pilot, different things.
Oh yeah, you got a lot of ideas running around.
Yeah.
It's hard to choose one too. It's like choosing a baby, right?
Exactly. Like I have a few things I started I never finished, or I'll go back to eventually.
Wow. Well, that's cool. Do you write all your ideas down in a book somewhere?
No, I kind of just keep it in my head. Like I'll go on my computer. I'm always in front of my laptop. I'll pull up like a Word doc and write down ideas.
Yeah, one of my other friends, Lawrence, I don't know if he's watching, but I asked him, he has so many good ideas. I say, do you write these down? He's like, no, I have them all.
Yeah.
But what if you don't think of it when you need it? I get worried for myself. I write everything down.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, sometimes I'll like jot things down in my phone. But yeah.
Oh yeah, the phone's a good tool. That's true.
Yeah, my note app.
Oh, well, that's good. You're prepared already. You don't even realize. So when you were younger and now, did you have inspirations that guided you down these paths?
My mom doesn't work in anything like remotely close to entertainment, but she always loved movies and TV. So just watching movies with her and TV, and she always appreciated film and television. And I just like comedy, a lot of sketch comedy, like Saturday Night Live, and when I was younger, in Living Color.
Nice.
A lot of sitcoms. And then when I was older, I got more in the movies, like classic, like, by older, I mean like the 70s, 80s. And and then when I was in high school, like I got in like Wes Anderson and stuff like that.
Nice. Rest in peace, Wes.
Oh, he's still alive.
Oh no! Oh, Wes Anderson. I'm thinking of Wes Craven. Sorry.
Oh yeah, he's good too. Yeah.
Wes Craven. I was thinking, and I love Scream, so that's where my brain automatically goes. I like Wes Anderson. He has very artsy work, though. Props to Wes Anderson. He's still alive. So.
Yeah.
So Wes Anderson is an inspiration as well, then.
Yes. I like Charlie Kaufman, the writer of adaptation, but I haven't seen his last thing. The one I saw a few years ago, Anomalisa.
I loved Anomalisa. That was a good one.
I liked it, but I wasn't in love with it. So I still have to watch. I don't know if you saw on Netflix. I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
No, I didn't see that.
Either. Sounds depressing, but I will.
Yeah, right. I have to be in the mood for those movies. Exactly. That's a mood movie. But I liked Anomalisa. It was great. It was like claymation or something, right? Or figurines or something.
Yeah, like animated. Yeah, it was like an adult cartoon.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Everyone, if they like animation and deep thought, I think there's deep messages in that too.
Mm, yeah, for sure.
Deep, deep. So that's the thing about writing. It's like how deep. So when you're writing, do you seek depth? Like how do you start getting into the mode of writing?
I usually find inspiration just from my real life, like people around me. Um, a little bit from history, but mainly just from, yeah, just people in my world. Like most of my characters are, amalgamations of just people I know. Um, yeah, like some of my classmates I went to grad school with, like, are really good at like creating fantasy and creating like whole worlds, which I really admire. But yeah, for me, it's just like, yeah, just real life. A guy I have a crush on, or sometimes my family, or people I went to school with or work with, like different funny interactions I've had. My friends' stories, my friends' interactions.
Yeah, I always think like when I'm ready, I have a script idea in my head, like one that I'm ready to write someday, right? And it's like, if I write these people, they'll know who they are, though, So,
Yeah, I try and change it enough. I talked to like my professor about that in grad school, and he said, yeah, like maybe they'll be upset at first, but if the film's a hit, like they'll take it. I forget exactly what he said, but he said they'll take it as a compliment. Like, I don't know if you ever saw The Big Chill, about
yes.
like, yeah, like Jeff Goldblum's character. I guess he's based on a real guy, and he was upset with the writer, said, oh, I look like such an asshole. And then the film became a hit, and he was telling people, I'm the asshole in the movie.
Yeah, I like that. It's good.
Yeah,
I love Jeff. I mean, who doesn't love Jeff?
yeah, exactly.
So what do you write for the entertainment voice?
Yes, it's an online magazine. I do mainly film reviews, some TV. I've done covered concerts back when we could still go to concerts, and yeah, and I'm the film editor, which means I'm the one who keeps track every month of all the films coming out, and I assign,
Wow.
contributing writers and make sure they're on track. And then like I email the PR companies about getting screeners and setting up interviews.
So, who are some cool people you've interviewed? I've seen a lot of cool interviews you had recently.
Um, yeah, Lucas Hedges was a big one recently. Um, and yeah, in the
Yeah,
past, John Lithgow, Ron Howard.
Ron Howard.
Yeah,
Whoa. I
those.
mean, all of these, but wow.
So yeah. Um, what's his name? Sam Elliott, Holly Hunter, Michael Showalter. I talked to a few times. Um, I didn't get to interview her one-on-one, but I was at a press conference. I got to ask, what's her face? Sandra Bullock a question.
Of course, you have to.
Yeah, and then like Sally Field, Susan Sarandon. Yeah, I've interviewed Kyle Mooney. He's really cool. Paul Dano.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. Were you on the episode of Food Fight Club with me when we worked with Paul Dano or no?
No, I wasn't. I didn't. I don't think so. I
I
think
think he was there once.
like the last episode, like I was there. We did it on Sundays, the first season, right? And I
Yes.
was there Sunday, but I think like the last episode, it was my friend's birthday, and we were going to Magic Mountain. So I told extras I wasn't available. I think I heard Drew Barrymore was there.
I met Drew Barrymore that day.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
that would have been cool, but I'm glad I went to my friend's birthday. My friend Ellie, who's a good friend.
Well, yeah,
And
we saw people every other time there too.
yeah, yeah. And then yeah, I saw like Bobby Lee. I remember he was like the biggest one I remember
And
seeing.
what's his name? Elijah Wood was there. You were there for that one, right?
Maybe I don't
Yeah,
remember.
he was. That was the first episode we worked, I think, was Elijah Wood.
Oh
I,
gosh, that was like
he was very to himself. Seemed quiet,
Oh,
actually.
maybe, yeah, maybe that might have been. It might have been the corner. Yeah, it sounds vaguely familiar. I remember Bobby Lee said hi
Bobby
to me.
Lee was very, yeah,
Yeah,
he was very kind.
yeah. Did you do the second season, or were you,
Uh,
or were you
I don't.
something else? 'Cause I know there was a second season, but it was like just like shot over the course of a couple of weekends, and it was men and women. Like the first season, remember, it was just women.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't do the second
Yeah,
season.
second season it was guys and girls that they booked as background. They let us drink. They gave us drink tickets, and we got to drink alcohol.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Why not, right?
yeah. I
Um,
missed a restaurant, the Gorbals. It's not there anymore.
no,
No, I love that
that
place.
was Elon Hall's restaurant.
Yeah, yeah. I think he moved out of LA.
to maybe New York or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's just something. Well, Brooklyn's expensive too, so I don't know. But it was like, I don't even know if it's still there anymore. It was like a New Orleans themed restaurant for a while.
Nice.
I don't know what it is now.
Oh, we have a question in the audience. When people write other cultures into their stories, why do some people get upset when the story is from the writer's perspective?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like write what I know. Just from I tried to branch out more in recent years, but like a lot of my first early screenplays were just like about college kids and young women, female driven. I do have like a historical one, but that's based on an English, old English.
Nice.
In my culture, I'm not English, but
Right.
I don't know.
Right. A writer should be able to freely write anything they want, right?
Yeah, I guess if you're like writing stereotypes, that's one thing. But so I guess that's why like representation's important. Like I've kind of gone to some virtual meetings and panels for the Middle Eastern Writers Guild because I'm part Middle Eastern, and that's been interesting hearing about representation. But I know a lot of people like on Twitter, they'll talk about especially Muslim women get fed up with, I guess, on TV shows and movies where they have like a female Muslim character and she falls in love with a guy and she takes off her hijab and stuff like that. I understand that upsets people when it's written by a non-Muslim.
Yeah, and he said this is Chief. He also said, do you run into friction from other writers with these things?
Not recently, because I write on my own or I have one writing partner. Like I said, my friend Sandra, I write with, and we mostly agree on stuff. We haven't had any big arguments or anything. I mean, there's in the past, like I've written for actors and they don't like what I've written because I try and be funny and they think, oh, I don't want to be portrayed this way, or I like, oh, I don't want to be portrayed as like, like a horny old lady or something. I don't remember, just stuff like that. I didn't even mean it that way. Like I ran when I did a web series with a friend of mine, an actress friend. She played like a rich trophy wife character, like Real Housewives, and I had something where my friend played a yoga instructor, and it's based on a real news story. And it turns out like he's really a prostitute. And I have it where she kind of goes for it, like she wants to pay him for sex. And my friend's like, "No, I would never do that. I would never do that." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I let her. I agreed to change it, but that's like the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, because I mean, writers really, in my mind, from being an actor all these years, writers have all the power, right?
Not always.
No, I mean, I always feel like I'm at their mercy in a good way, because if they're a good writer, shall I preface with the asterisk, because obviously if they're a good writer, like Aaron Sorkin, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's like rare. Like somebody like Charlie Kaufman, Alan Sorkin. If you're like a writer, producer, like Shonda Rhimes, yeah, you have all the power. But if you're like writing and there's another producer or director, then usually they'll have the power. And I guess, yeah, it depends, like, like if you're like just starting out, you have less power, of course. You're kind of at the mercy of like the A-list actors, directors, they get final say. But if you get up to a certain level, yeah, you have power.
Chief said, he also said, but it's not her, it's the character, to the girl who asked you to change her character.
Yeah, I explained, I'm like, oh, it's just funny, it's the character. But I got where she was coming from. She didn't want to, because she was like older, like maybe in her 50s at the time, and she didn't want to like give the impression like, oh, she said it was ageist, and I'm like, okay, and, like, I disagree, but I didn't want to make her uncomfortable, so I changed it for her. Just took that it was just like a short little funny sketch, and like
just for fun.
Host, she was interviewing this yoga instructor guy. And like at the end, like she's like, yeah, like I forget what the line was, but it wasn't too bad. Just something like, implying that she was going to pay him for sex. And we took that out. Where she's like, instead she said, oh, I'm going to report you. I think he like propositioned her and she went for it in the original. But then in the rewrite, he like propositions her, and she's like, I'm gonna call the police on you or something, or turn you in for prostitution.
Oh no.
But like whatever.
Well,
Oh yeah,
it's silly, but these things are going to happen when you're teaming up with people too.
yeah. And then I forgot. I have another friend who I went to college with who I did a few films with. We wrote together and produced and directed a few short films for film contest. You know, it was the Philadelphia Film Festival 21-day competition.
Nice.
And we wrote a film about a girl who wants to be a superhero. So she offers up her services. She puts in ads on Craigslist. And like, I had a written where some guy calls her to rescue him. And she goes there and he's tied up. And she's like, and she unties him. And then he's like, it turns out that he wanted to be tied up. Like he thought he was like implied that he was calling her for like some S&M type sex game. And she gets mad and walks out, of course, because that's not her thing. But my co-writer, who at the time was working like a real professional corporate job in finance, said, you know, would you mind if we change this? Because I don't want my coworkers seeing this, like, you know, have S&M be in our film, even though you actually don't really see S&M, any nudity or sex. And I'm like, okay. And I actually wrote something that probably turned out funnier, where she shows up and turns out it's a birthday party. She thinks she's going to save some kids, and turns out she's been hired to, you know, entertain the children like a clown, and she gets mad and leaves.
Oh no.
Yeah. It's on YouTube. It's called Superhero for Hire.
Oh, it sounds cool. Maybe you could share the link with me after so I could post on my page.
Yeah, my friend Ellie's the star. She's hilarious.
Cool. That's cool. I love anything superhero, right? That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to see some of your work. I mean, at the end, share where we can find you, but that's really cool.
Yeah.
Do you take classes currently or?
Not at the moment. I was taking, I took Second City years ago, and then the last few years I've been taking UCB. And at the beginning of the pandemic, I took a few online classes, and a friend from one of my classes started a weekly practice group that I was a part of. Which I really like, because you just pay by the week, whereas a class you pay up front, and if you have to miss a week for work, I mean, you lose that money. But like practice group, it was just like whoever could make it that week. And I made it most weeks, but people got busier, so they kind of put it on hold. It hasn't started back up again. But yeah,
there's a flow to these things, but you're usually I know you, and you're usually learning something.
Yeah. So now like background and different things have started back up, so I'm not as free during the week. But yeah, I think I'm gonna look into doing something on a Saturday again, maybe.
How is background doing these days in LA?
It's really picked up. I hardly did anything last year because I did a few things before the pandemic, but I was working different temp jobs at different entertainment companies, admin jobs, up until April. And then when I got done with that, everything was shut down, my last temp job. And then I worked one day in November when I got back from being in Michigan. And then I came back, like I said, like January 31st. And then after that, everything's just picked up.
Are they safe? They're safe. You feel safe on the set and everything?
Yeah. Do you do background still at all in New York or anything?
No, I officially quit so that I could audition and take it to the next level. You have to eventually, you know, it's a leap, and it's not easy, trust me, but I took it, so.
Yeah, they make you take a COVID, usually multiple COVID tests before. Most of them, like, you go take a COVID test like the day or two before, and then you take a rapid test on the morning of. And they enforce masks and social distancing, and some shows they even make you wear a face shield on top of the mask.
Wow.
And the only time you can take it off is when they're actually rolling.
That's crazy. Why?
Yeah.
Good, but crazy, right?
I feel pretty safe. Like, even people are saying, like, it's probably one of the safest places to be nowadays on set. It's probably safer than an office job or something like that.
Chief said, are you really that dedicated to your craft if you're worried what people from your day job think? I write comedy and I'm profane, but if my mother was in the audience, I wouldn't change a thing.
Yeah, I'm the same way. But my friend, I don't know. He's just he's just really dedicated to his work. I think he works more independently now. At the time, he was working for like a corporate office, and I think he does something where he's more like an independent financial advisor, but he's doing well. I think he kind of made time in recent years to audition and and worked on some short films in the he lives in Seattle, and he's been working on different short films there and projects, and he's involved in different like film companies and whatnot. So yeah, he's kind of found that balance, but at the time I think he was just kind of like, ugh.
It's hard. It's not easy, you know. We have to earn, we have to pay the bills.
Yeah, exactly.
It's balance. It's balance. And if you know, actually in boot camp, they teach us to like not sleep, which means that's your advantage if you want to do all the things in the world you want to do, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You just don't sleep, right? That's a secret. Obviously, get rest enough, but you can go 5-6 hours every day, and that's okay, you know?
Yeah. One of my good friends, my friend, the other Sandra. I don't know if you know her, Sandra Roscoe. She does background sometimes too.
No, I haven't met her yet.
She has like long dark hair, and she's SAG, but she
Nice.
works like 2 jobs now, and she's going to school. Like she works like most like 5 nights a week at a warehouse, and it's a full-time job. She gets benefits, and she also does background during the day. And I'm like, well, what if you can't get out of background in time to get to work on time, because you know you never know when you're going to be wrapped. She's like, oh, they're really flexible, they're nice about it. And she's also like taking classes, and it's online, but she says like, yeah, I'll be like on set, like at wardrobe or eating breakfast, and I'll be online participating in my class. I'm like, whoa, that's a lot. I guess more power to her. I couldn't do that. Yeah, I need like 7-8 hours of sleep. Like
I thought I did.
With less, like if I have to get up early for work, but yeah,
Right.
in my ideal world, like at least 7 hours.
Yeah. Well, in my ideal world, 10 hours, but
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Chief, for getting compliments. Margaret said, good for us both. Thank you for the compliments. How do you stay motivated, Sandra?
Gosh, classes, just being connected to people.
Yes.
I was gonna say thinking positive, but that's pretty big. Just having good community around me, just seeing other people doing exciting things motivates me. Even just like, it might sound silly, but like following people I admire, like on Instagram and Twitter, and then just making sure it's hard, you know, because we, like any actor, writer, like we don't really have like a regular schedule like a professional person. So just trying to just make time to do stuff every day, even if I'm not working that day, to put aside time to exercise and work on my own writing and do whatnot. But I work most every day. Like with my freelance writing job, that keeps me pretty busy. That's kept me busy during the pandemic, so that's been helpful.
That's great. That's your writing exercise right there, right? That's your foundation.
Yeah, like writing about films.
What a dream, right? Right?
Yeah, I can't complain.
I ask my guests to bring a deep quote or enlightenment experience to share. Do you have anything along those lines?
Somebody posted years ago, I think it was a Steve Martin quote, and it's really simple, but it's like, be so good they can't ignore you. And I like that, you just don't let people get you down. If doors shut in your face, just try and be better. And sometimes it's hard. Like sometimes I let myself get down if something doesn't work out. But just try and just let that motivate you and fuel you to move forward.
In entertainment, I mean, rejection is the name of the game, right?
Yeah. I interviewed Nick Rutherford a few years ago. He was in he still is like in a YouTube comedy troupe with Beck Bennett and Kyle Mooney from Saturday Night Live. And Beck and Kyle, they were chosen to be on SNL, and they did not choose him. He was like a writer for a year, but he was not chosen to go to SNL. And he was pretty on podcasts and different things. Like he's pretty honest about how that hurt him and what a devastating blow that was. And I interviewed him. I'm like, you're pretty honest about your failures as well as your success. Like, Can you talk about that? He said, yeah, just let that like fuel you, you know, let your failures just fuel you and like push you forward, and just to prove to those people who didn't believe in you that you're someone that they should have paid attention to you. And I thought that was a pretty.
Ooh, I just got the chills from that. That's
Yeah, Nick Rutherford. Yeah, he's the stand-up comedy. Well, before the pandemic, he was doing stand-up comedy pretty regular in LA, and he's on a show called Dream Corp LLC on Cartoon Network. Yeah, it's also on Hulu.
nice.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's deep. That's so true. It's so true.
yeah,
So
yeah,
good.
yeah.
So what, when did you start the entertainment voice?
2014. That was when I was still doing non-union background, and I went to do something to kind of keep me sharp with my writing. So I started doing that. And at first, it was just like an unpaid thing. And but then, yeah, after a few months, it became paid freelance work. And I eventually became the editor of the film section. I started being the editor of the film section in 2015. So yeah, I've been with the company. I guess this July will be 7 years.
Wow.
And I guess, yeah, I think this month, like 6 years as editor, but it's great. Like, you know, when I get busy with other things, I can kind of take on less work. 'Cause it's freelance. Like I have like a minimum amount of articles I have to do every month. But yeah, when the other work's slower, I can take on more articles, and I can take on less when I'm busy, you know, if I'm working an admin job or whatnot. But so yeah, it's been great for the most part.
Let's talk award season, SAG-AFTRA. Any pro tips for us voters and viewers out there? I like Minari so far.
I have to watch like Minari and
I have a bunch I have to watch, but that was so far good.
I've been getting through TV. I've been watching I Know This Much Is True, Mark Ruffalo, that miniseries. He's really good. Yeah, I like
I know there's a lot.
Yeah, Pieces of a Woman. I'll probably vote for her for Best Actress. I should get up like on the screen like who's
Yeah, no, get it up. I'll get it up.
Nominees. So yeah, probably vote for Vanessa Kirby for Best Actress. But I still have to see Nomadland.
I know there's so many. Yeah, what is it? SAG-AFTRA nominees. I know. Well, you have 3 weeks to vote, right? So.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch maybe a movie tonight. I just bought a DVD player at Target because they send those screeners. I know you can watch it on the computer, but I like watching it on the TV.
Promising Young Woman. Okay.
Really good. I did like that. I saw that on Christmas with my mom.
That's good.
Yeah, by exciting informed by a cast motion picture. I still have to watch The Five Bloods and Minari, but yeah, I like Trial of the Chicago 7. And then, yeah, or Vanessa Kirby for Best Actress. And yeah, I enjoyed Sound of Metal.
Oh, Sound of Metal was pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, like Ma Rainey's Black Bottom was like great acting, kind of hard to get through, but I did like, you know, Chadwick and Viola. Yeah. Carrie, the Mank, did you watch Mank?
Not yet, no. It looks odd, though.
I had a hard time getting through it. Like I had to like stop it and start it a few times. Just, I don't know. I just thought it'd be more exciting than it was. I like Trumbo, which is like another film about.
I love Trumbo, Bryan Cranston, yeah.
More like that, but not so much. Oh yeah, I like Borat, I like Maria Bakalova, and I love Hillbilly Elegy, but I thought Glenn Close was great.
Glenn Close was the best. I mean, Glenn Close. I like all of them, the ladies. So I like Haley Bennett, Amy Adams.
Yeah. And
thank you for the compliment. Tara said, "Looking hot tonight, ladies." Thank you. Is it Friday? No, it's Thursday night. We're going out, right, Sandra?
Yeah.
But so those are good, all good.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good movies.
Yeah, and I love The Crown. And I got to finish watching Bridgerton. Yeah, I watched The Great, Flight Attendant. I have to watch Ted Lasso. Or no, I haven't seen The Flight Attendant. I like Schitt's Creek. But yeah, Flight Attendant I have to watch next.
Ted Lasso was okay. I mean, it's all right. But
okay.
It's okay. I watch a few of it. Watch it. You know, it's good. But I don't know about it.
Yeah, I like Rami. For him for Best Actor in a Comedy. And then, yeah, I've seen a lot of miniseries. In the first part of the half of the pandemic, I watched a lot of miniseries. But yeah, Mrs. America, I May Destroy You, The Queen's Gambit, Little Fires Everywhere. I watched all those. I still have to watch The Undoing.
Little Fires Everywhere is good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
I know it's not up for an award, but do you watch the show Servant on Apple Plus?
No, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it yet.
M. Night Shyamalan makes it, and I'm trying to just get it out there because I love it, and no one talks about it. It's like this show that just exists that people are watching, you know.
Who's the guy in that? Is that the Rupert Grint?
Rupert Grint and what's her name? She was Claire in 6 Feet Under.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Lauren Ambrose.
Yes, yes.
It's a great show.
Very much in 6 Feet Under, so yeah, I'm glad she's in the show.
I am in Italy, Tara. And oh yeah, well, Chief said his wife loves it. I love that show, but Apple Plus is pretty good. But that's cool. Who are some of your favorite actors?
Meryl Streep.
Yes, classic queen.
Leslie Jones, I think, is great.
Wow, she is great.
I love Chris Rock. I worked with him on a movie recently and got to have brief interactions with him. He's really cool, really funny. And who else do I like recently? I mean, yeah, I don't like older stuff, but like Scarlett Johansson, somebody I've liked for years. I don't know if I ever said Al Pacino.
Al Pacino, yeah.
Yeah, Meryl Streep, Al Pacino, pretty basic.
Right, right, everyone's
yeah, Bill Murray I love. My mom was always a big fan of his, so he saw all those movies growing up.
I love him too. Who's a favorite you worked with on set of all time?
I mean, Allison Janney was really nice. So she actually shook my hand. I worked on Mom. Do we ever work on that together?
No, I didn't get to work on that. No.
I worked on that sort of regularly when I was non-union. I played a waitress.
Nice.
Her and Kevin Pollak, and just the AD brought me over and introduced me, and she's like, "Oh, hi, Sandra." She was really nice. And then Anthony Anderson on Blackish is really nice. And then we have that picture with him. We met him together.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We have Anthony Anderson, for everyone watching, took a selfie of me, Sandra, and this guy Tony together. That's a good photo. You're right. Oh, good memory.
Yeah, at a SAG event, but I've also seen him on set just taking pictures with the extras, which you never see. And I remember one time I was there, or the day before, they said that he actually came and checked the background in, and he gave out a union voucher to a non-union person, which I thought was cool.
Wow, yeah.
But yeah, I haven't worked on that show since it became union. I worked on that a lot the first season. I still watch it, but I haven't worked on it.
Someone, Tara said she likes Leslie. She said, Leslie Mann is my hero.
Oh, yeah, I never worked with her.
I haven't worked with her either, but I like her very much too.
Yeah, she's good. Yeah, Chris Rock is cool. I was on set with them. I didn't really interact with them, but I did Curb Your Enthusiasm in the fall. And
I'm so jealous. I love Larry. It's my favorite show of all time, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my favorites. It's just so funny.
What kind of writing do you prefer to write?
Comedy. Yeah.
So he's huge inspiration, right?
Yeah.
I love him so much.
He's great. Who else is cool? Lucas Hedges. I worked on this show with him that hasn't even aired, called Platform. And that was over a year ago, almost 2 years ago, in summer 2019. It's supposed to be on FX, but I don't know when. And he was so funny. And then when I interviewed him for his movie French Exit that just came out, I mentioned that I was on set with him. He's like, "Oh, really? Wow!" And he was really cool about it. We just talked about that whole shoot. So yeah, I liked working with him. And then Danny DeVito is pretty funny. I worked on Always Sunny.
Oh, I love Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Then
So what kind of projects are you working on now? That you can share?
I have a political satire that I wrote. I guess we finished it probably almost 2 years ago with my friend Sandra Roscoe. It's funny. It's just called Shitstorm, which was her idea. And for years she was bugging me like, let's do something called Shitstorm. Like, no, that sounds so stupid. And then Trump got elected, so it kind of made it like a shitstorm in DC, where we have a fictional president based on Trump, and he takes the power, and then like all the people he screwed over like conspire to mess with the sewer systems in DC, and then yeah, we worked on that for like a while, and we finally got like a draft we were happy with, and we have entered it in contests. Like I said, we reached a quarterfinalist round in one big contest, and Sandra, she's more of an actress. Like I'm like a writer who does acting, but she's like an actress who does writing, and she's really good at like marketing and promoting herself. So she's been sending it out and meeting people, and we have a third person helping us, this producer Ryan, and yeah, we set up like a Instagram and a Facebook page, and like our goal was to make a trailer. But then like the pandemic happened, so it kind of slowed things down. But yeah, I still try and post regularly on the Facebook, and we're still entering the script in different contests.
So you're at the script phase. So have you cast it or not yet?
We post it online, and we have people send in audition tapes.
Nice.
And they're like,
cool.
Okay, none that I was really blown away by, to be honest. But it's like a non-union thing.
Yeah. Right.
This stage, I'd like to eventually, being a union feature, of course, but just like we're just gonna do some simple, like make a trailer, and but yeah, if it wasn't for the pandemic, we probably would be further along in that process. Right. But yeah, Sandra is going to play one of the lead roles, and it's really hard because they're looking for somebody to play like a president, like not like a Trump impersonator, but somebody like Trump, like kind of like exudes that energy. And it's hard to find somebody.
Is it hard to find? I feel like everyone can do his voice,
I know, but that's more than like he's like the right age, the right look. I want it to be like Trump, but not like too much like Trump. Like it's like, I mean, the character's obviously based on Trump. His name is President Dump. But
oh no, of course it is.
But yeah, we don't want it to be like just like a different type of buffoony. Older.
Tara said, "Where do I send my audition tape? I think I could nail any role in a movie called Shit Show."
Just like Sandra.Miska@gmail.com.
Tara, do it.
AA@gmail.com. Email me and I can send you some sides. Like it'd probably be a while before we start filming. Like we were fundraising, and that just kind of slowed down with the pandemic. But yeah, we're looking for somebody to play the first lady who's Eastern European. And that's a hard one to cast. And somebody to play like Sandra's love interest. Sandra plays like a character kind of like Ivanka, but has more of a conscience. And, she's single. Like Ivanka's married, but this character's single. And yeah, Sandra's probably can play that role. And then we're looking for somebody to play her love interest, who's like a aide in the White House, and somebody to play like a Hillary Clinton type. And yeah, so
nice. So where do you put your breakdowns on?
I think it was like Now Casting. I wasn't the one who posted it. Like I looked over the auditions and gave my input, but I wasn't our producer Brian actually posted everything online and collected the taped auditions. But yeah, anybody can email me. I can send you size. It's not like I wouldn't say the project's on hiatus. We're still actively looking for people, but we don't have like a timeline at this point, like when we're going to shoot or how much we can pay people, anything like that.
Yeah, of course. No, and no expectations,
Yeah. Ideally, we would sell the script and somebody else would make it. But right now, we're trying to just do a trailer.
Right. Well, that's you have to pitch it to like 1,000 people, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And Sandra went last year, like American Film Market, promoting another short film she worked on with another producer, and she ended up like telling people about Shitstorm and sent out the script, and yeah. So
that's cool. Well, good. Break a leg with that. That's cool.
That's good. That's a good thing if you're like a writer. Surround yourself, because most of us writers are more introverted. It's good to work with people that are more extroverted. Like Sandra's great at like promoting herself and marketing. And then my friend Brian, who I was talking about, the guy who didn't want that S&M scene, he is really has a really good business mind. So he's really good at stuff I don't think about when making a film, like getting our actors to sign contracts on time, making sure that we don't have any like logos or anything that
Wow.
infringement in our short. Yeah. So yeah, it's
Oh,
good
so you
to
got
like
a good team.
yeah, it's good to like surround yourself with people that aren't exactly like you, that use different parts of their brain.
Do I have to find another Christina?
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah,
That's
we were
cool.
to go way back, me and Sandra Roscoe, and then we reconnected when she moved out here in 2012.
That's cool. I moved out there 2012 and then obviously I left, but
Yeah, I
I
moved
gotta,
out. I was still in school when I was interning in 2011. So yeah, this August will be 10 years in LA.
wow. How do you feel? Is that good? How is LA? Is it safe? Do you feel safe? Like,
Yeah, yeah, it's more, people are more cautious. Like when I was in Michigan, like restaurants were open. During the summer I was there, indoor dining was open. And then after I left, they closed it again. And then when I was back over Christmas, they had outdoor dining open. Even if it was like 30 degrees, we'd sit out there and eat at tents. But yeah, LA, just only recently have they opened outdoor dining again. So yeah, and then I went to Florida for a week in January. But yeah, LA, out of those three places, LA's been, and then I've been to northern Michigan, so I guess like four different places: Detroit area, northern Michigan, Orlando, Florida, and LA. And I'd say LA's been the safest. At least the
wow.
people are pretty cautious, taking precautions. Um,
Is
yeah.
the homeless, I mean, just a quick sidetrack to the homeless. Is it bad out there? How's it doing?
About this.
I just see pictures. I just see what's on the internet, so I don't know if it's, I mean,
Like
obviously it's always been bad, but
that David O. Russell movie, the one I was talking about with Chris Rock, that we shot that downtown, and yeah, I did see a good amount of homeless, people sleeping on the sidewalk. I haven't seen as much around my neighborhood. I live in like Westlake, Rampart Village, close to Koreatown, and I feel like I haven't seen as many. But yeah, downtown's still pretty bad. And then like a little bit in Hollywood, I've seen some homeless people.
yeah, I mean, it's hard times for everyone.
Yeah,
But God bless them. I hope they figure that out. I see them building like small little communities, like little huts
yeah,
or something. You see those pictures, right?
yeah. There's some by me you can see. Like yeah, if you walk down certain streets, you can see that. Um, yeah, luckily most of my friends have been doing okay. They've either been employed steadily, working from home, or
Good.
like working part time and been on unemployment. So luckily, yeah, I don't know anybody who's been hit too hard out here. I do have one good friend who is a server, and when dining was closed, like she was out of work for 2 months,
Yeah.
and because of certain visa issues, she couldn't get unemployment. But luckily, yeah, she's gone back to work and is doing well. But yeah, most of the
Good.
people have been pretty lucky. Like nobody, I just know of one person who got COVID because they
Wow.
posted. I mean, maybe more people I know got
Right.
it, buddy. But yeah, like I know, yeah, like half my family in Michigan got COVID, unfortunately. But yeah, in LA, yeah, most of the people I'm friends with have been pretty safe, luckily.
It's
And
great.
luckily, like they got COVID, they're all okay now. So
Oh, wow. I
um,
mean, that's great to hear.
yeah,
That's
how's it
cool.
in New York?
It was really bad at first when it first hit. We were the epicenter, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I think there was a small wave after that, but we have been good, knock on wood,
Hmm.
since. With the death, I guess the rate at least. But I don't know. I know they're giving out vaccine like it's candy over here. A
Yeah,
lot of day. Huh?
you got vaccinated, right? You posted that?
Yeah, I got the first shot. I'm waiting for the second one, and it's 3 weeks for Pfizer, so I have to get the next one. But have you yet? Not yet?
Not yet. I haven't qualified. I want to, yeah, as soon as I can. But
Well,
um,
Johnson and Johnson is here to save the day, so
yeah, mean, I'm not. I'll get it. I'm not too worried about it. Like a couple of my friends are like, "Oh, I'm not sure what's in it," but well,
Yeah.
people in my family have got it and they're okay. So, and then
Yeah,
like,
I mean, a lot of people have gotten it, yeah.
yeah, I feel pretty safe getting it. So yeah, as soon as I'm able,
Yeah,
yeah,
soon. I think it's very soon because I don't know if it's the administration, I don't know how it works. But for me, I'm surrounded by people every day, so I feel safer just having it, you know.
yeah. You're
But
still on active duty now. Like, how does that work?
I'm on state active duty, so I work at a vaccination site over here, helping help get people through. Yeah. Um, yeah, but it's like I meet hundreds of people like a week, you know. So
Wow.
I like to have the vaccine personally.
Where are you at right now? Are you in Long Island?
Long Island, yeah. Yeah. So you work when you're working on set, you work with a ton of people, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, everybody takes a COVID test, so I feel safe. But yeah, definitely. I mean, when we're eating, we have to spread out, and they encourage us to spread out and holding. But yeah, actually, like shooting, especially that film I was telling you about. Yeah, it was like a big party scene set in the 30s, and yeah, we're like talking, mingling. Um, but like I said, we only have our mask off between takes. I mean, when we're actually shooting, like between they call cut, we have to put our mask back on. So,
Wait, how many people are there in the scene you said?
gosh, I don't know. I think it was like 100 one day.
Wow.
It was like a bunch of. Well, it's a movie with David O. Russell. I mean, they've already announced the cast, so I could tell you. But it's like one day it was like Chris Rock, Robert De Niro, Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, Anya Taylor-Joy, Rami Malek,
Wow.
Owen Hartz, and then like Zoe Dana came in later. It's just like a big banquet scene. I don't think that's giving too much away. It's a banquet
No, no, it's dinner,
yeah,
right, whatever.
and
That's cool.
yeah,
Oh, I know copyrights. I mean, what is that called? Where you have to sign a disclaimer. But
yeah,
you didn't give anything away if it's public
yeah.
knowledge.
But it's
But but these sets are filming big numbers, right?
yeah, yeah. And then when I
Yeah.
did Enthusiasm, that was we were like office employees. Like we're supposed to be at Hulu, so that was like a good amount of people. But yeah, I was a stand-in this week and at like for a Netflix show that takes place entirely in a house. So I wasn't around too many people. But and then I did another show called Hacks. That's going to be on HBO Max about a stand-up comedian. And we're supposed to be like in this woman's like luxurious dressing room, having like a little cast and crew party. So that was like a decent amount of people, but not like not like the movie, not 100 people.
Wow. Well, for me, I love to hear that because it's a year we have solutions. Unfortunately, this thing was very scarring and traumatic. But if we don't start accepting the change, it's not going to, right? So we have to accept that good things are happening and it's okay to be surrounded with other people. You know, some people still don't leave the house and they're going to be scarred from this, unfortunately. And it's very sad, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't know how they did that. Like people that, I mean, good for them, I guess. Like whatever you're comfortable with. But yeah, like I've seen people on online saying I haven't left my house in a year. Like I haven't been in a restaurant in a year, and I've definitely done all those things. But I don't think it's like where you go. I just think it's how you interact with people. Um,
Right.
like outside of set, like I mainly just interact with people that I know well, like with my mask off. Like yeah, I might go out to eat, but I'm only like really breathing on the people that I'm with. You know, I try and keep
Right.
my mask when I give my order to the server, and they always wear masks. But as far as the people that I'm actually could realistically catch the virus from, they're all like people I know and trust. I know that are working from home or members of my family. Um, yeah, like early on back in June, my dad had emergency surgery, and before that, I had been
Oh,
home for 2 and I had to jump on a plane, and I didn't really have to think about like the risk or anything. And then I flew
good for
home.
you.
I sit with my dad in the hospital. So yeah, kind of early. So I guess yeah, like early on in the pandemic, I kind of stopped quarantining from home.
Yeah, and then I did too. I joined the first mission 3 months in,
Yeah,
and I was with people ever since. And thank God I'm here and safe. But you wash your hands, you wear the mask. Simple, right?
exactly. Yeah, and like me and you, we have to like leave home to work. So
And
yeah,
no choice. It's we work people jobs. People are our jobs.
Yeah, my writing job, and that helped me, but that's not like my I can't pay all my bills in that alone. So I had to
Right.
eventually work.
Well, keep it moving. And so we have to wrap it up. But if you want to tell people where they could follow you, what any other
Um,
last words?
yeah, just on Instagram, Sandra Miska, and then I have a Twitter, Sandra Miska, and yeah, Facebook, I'm Sandra Miska. We have our page for Shitstorm, which is called Shitstorm. uh, and yeah, and then I have a few movies on YouTube. They're kind of older. One of them is Superhero for Hire. One of them is Writer's Madness. And then I have one I did in grad school, which isn't like the best quality, like production wise, because I was just kind of learning at the time, or the audio was off, but still like an okay film. I had some great actors. It's called Breakup Watch. And yeah. And then Entertainment Voice is the online magazine I write for.
That's cool. I'm looking up Superhero for Hire, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. On YouTube?
Yes. I forget what name. I think my friend posted it. Let me see if I can find this.
Listen to us typing like we're on.
Yeah, it's just like a comedy about a girl who had like a troubled childhood who decides to be her own superhero. Yeah, it's called Superhero for Hire, and my friend Christopher Harrison, one of my producers, posted it.
Okay.
And it's only 10 minutes long, and it was filmed all in LA, like LA and North Hollywood.
All right, we'll post the link because I can't. Oh, here we go. I found it.
Yeah.
So
Like,
it's
yeah.
Christopher Harrison's account, Superhero for Hire.
Yeah.
Oh, looks good.
Yeah, it's just like a silly, silly comedy for adults. Yeah, that's something I wrote, like, because at the time I was feeling kind of powerless, so I got the idea of like a girl who feels powerless who decides to, become her own superhero.
Aw, cool.
Yeah, like at the time I wanted to do like a whole web series, but the people I was working with at the time got really busy. But maybe one day I'll go back and develop that.
Look at her.
Yeah.
I like her mask.
Yeah. Yeah, I forget. I think I made that. I don't remember. I know I forget. I think Ellie might have had the tights, and then me and Brian went and bought the leotard, and I think we bought like the ribbons.
Hey, there she is.
Yeah, Brian Carling. That's my co-writer, co-producer.
Nice. That's cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool. Let me find you before I'm very clumsy. Thank you, Sandra. I really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I can't wait to see you in person again soon.
You too. Yeah, like hopefully I'll make it to New York and you can come back to LA one of these days.
I'll be back to LA soon. You should just come out if you haven't.
Yeah, maybe in the summer or fall.
Fall is the best time.
Yeah, I have like some good friends, a married couple from grad school that live out there, and like a few other people I know from school.
Well, we're waiting for you, Sandra. I know what's her name? Sorry, not Tracy. Missy was out here.
Yeah, she's in Tucson now, but she goes to New York a lot because her sister lives out there. Like her brother, I think, moved. He lived out there for a while, but I think he moved back to Illinois. But yeah, her sister lives out there. So
come out here with her. You and Missy. Huh?
Yeah. I should hit her up.
Tracy.
Yeah,
tell her I said hi.
Oh, I will. Yeah, I still got to visit her in Tucson one of these days.
Well, we're waiting, Sandra, and break a leg on your future projects and submitting these things.
Yeah, you too. Thank you, Christina.
And come back on when you got some more stuff to promote, all right?
Yeah, let me know. I'm glad we're able to.
Sandra. I know. Thank you. Mm-hmm. You're the best.
Thank you. You too.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And thank you again, Sandra. Blessings to you.
Oh, you too.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, girl.
Bye. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, everyone. Thank you guys for your comments and questions and keeping the conversation going. We always appreciate that. Next week's guest, might as well look at it here. Amanda Page Cornett, a musician. So that's cool. Tune in next week, next Thursday, every Thursday. Stina Show. Love y'all. Thank you so much. And take care of yourselves. Blessings.